would do pretty well in prison, you know?
No, you wouldn't.
It's the PokerNews Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 893rd episode of the PokerNews Podcast. I am Chad Holloway in a Level 9 studio in Las Vegas with Mike Holtz and Kyna England. It's good to be back face-to-face with the two of you instead of, remote hosting like I had been doing.
How weird. We're all here now again. I don't know where to look. What do I do with my hands? I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are here. I'm actually dissociating currently, but yeah, good for you guys.
We got a good episode for you. We're going to talk murder again, modern day murder, and then we're going to give you a little poker history murder case that you probably don't know about. We're going to do some highlights from the Daniel Negreanu 25K fantasy draft, the return of the big game, recent tournament winners from the Triton Montenegro, including Jesse Lonis. Again, we talk about him all the time. Preview the Bar Poker Open and talk about some other things along the way, starting with last night, the three of us were out at a party here in Las Vegas. Jeff Madsen turned 40, Poker Hall of Fame eligible. He's co-hosted on the show before, and it was fun. I had a good time.
Great time. Yeah. Jeff is 40. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy day of birth, my sweet child.
It was cool. Like, I'd never been to Jeff's house before. I really thought it was a cool place. Like, they had Brian Piccioli was the DJ, which
standard. Yeah.
Like, I had no idea. We talked a little bit. He's like, I've got a wife and kids now. I don't get out much, but that was kind of cool. He's got this awesome painting of Mike McDermott from Rounders, Matt Damon's character.
So sick.
I'm guessing you guys have been there before, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hundreds of times. Yeah. You didn't even get to see the sex dungeon. That part is that's the craziest you've ever. Oh man, it's wild.
I also was talking to Jesse Capps was there, and he was asking about the podcast, and he said that back in the day, he knew about the LFG podcast or
That's
something.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, is that what you guys are doing now? I'm like, I think so.
Yeah, me and Jamie Kerstetter.
Yeah,
was nominated for a Global Poker Award back in the day. So I don't know, it was a fun night. We'll keep it PG because there was some rated R stuff going on.
Yeah,
Sex Dungeon, of course.
Dungeon, yeah.
But,
you guys didn't even go to this.
No, we left before they opened the Sex Dungeon.
Sex Dungeon's always open at Jeff's house. I hate to tell you.
Well, I'm excited for Jeff's summer. He wanted to get out of the way. It's actually to celebrate it like a week early because he wants to focus on the 2025 World Series of Poker, which is underway. PokerNews.com is doing live updates. You can check that out. Said he's playing like a full schedule, 40 events. So I actually I messaged somebody. I'm like, keep an eye on Jeff Madsen. He could do something this year. So.
I say it every year. He does well in fantasy every single year.
Yeah.
He's $1.
I always like to find
Crazy.
his banner too in the room. I'm always like take a video and I'm like, there's Jeff, or like have people pose behind it and be like, oh, we're hanging out with Jeff.
When he was in the gift shop, that was optimal. Like, cause you could go in with all the merch and it's just like Jeff's like behind you. You know what I mean? That was pretty sick.
Well, let's talk this murder case that happened. Now, usually it'd be a man in Florida story, but not this time. Texas, though. Right? So this took place down in Cypress, Texas, which is about 25 miles northwest of downtown Houston. Benjamin Frakes was arrested while playing poker at the Doghouse Poker Club in Cypress, and he's alleged to have killed his parents.
Jesus, it's always crazy when like the real world crosses over with the poker world, like we get like real newsworthy events. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not the first time. So what happened was he allegedly killed his parents and then was playing poker at this club. Somebody knew, he must have been wanted. They said they made a call. The sheriff showed up, arrested him. It says that he was, quote, found with a sizable amount of cocaine, Xanax, oxycodone, and other unknown substances in his possession. We needed
this guy to come to Jeff's house.
I was just going to say, did he just leave Jeff's house?
Let's get it popping, baby.
Great minds.
2 firearms also found in his vehicle. Accused of killing his 72-year-old father, Franklin Frakes, and 56-year-old stepmother, Florentina Frakes, allegedly shot them both in an incident that presumably took place on May 15th. Yeah, this is...
Wait, did you say they arrested him in Cyprus?
Yeah, Cyprus, not the country. Cypress, Texas. City of Texas.
Okay, so he's playing cards and they came in and arrested him?
They did.
He's at the Doghouse.
Yeah, Doghouse. He's in the Doghouse now because he was playing at the Doghouse Poker Club. I've never been there. Obviously, this is one of those small Texas poker clubs.
The Doghouse Poker Club?
I mean, this is no lodge. Let's put it that way.
It wasn't on the Texas Poker Tour that you guys went on?
No, that was not on our Texas road trip. So I messaged you guys when I knew we were going to talk about this. I said, this is eerily reminiscent of Ernie Scherer, who I'm guessing you read up on him, but you didn't know who he was.
I read
before.
the article, yeah, but that's way before my time, probably before yours too. You were a little baby when that happened. What did it say, 2004?
He was in the poker world around 2004 through the poker boom, and in 2011, he was convicted of killing his parents. Now, this is a guy who was very well known within the poker community. Alan Kessler and I have talked about him before. He was grinding the WSOP. He was pretty well known. PokerNews had him in the updates. We had photos of him in our database. He apparently, his is a little more elaborate. His murder case has actually been turned into true crime documentaries and such. Because of, in 48 hours and I think there's this episode, The Country Club Murders, because the murders occurred at a country club, at his parents' house. But he was, it wasn't like heat of the moment. It was, he planned it meticulously, left his cell phone somewhere, drove from Vegas to somewhere in California, murdered them. It's this crazy story in poker history that you might not know about, but I highly recommend checking out. I'll link to some articles in the show notes. And the motivation in that one was to collect $2 million in inheritance money.
Ooh, okay.
Yucky. I guess he got himself into some trouble, some gambling debt, and he said he had a wife and kids too, right, to support and stuff, and just that was his out. I guess that's sad.
Yeah, it's so his parents were Ernie Scherer Jr. So Ernie Scherer the third was the murderer. 60 years old, and his wife Charlene. He bludgeoned them to death, stabbed them to death, and then staged the scene to look like a robbery. He stopped. He wears size 10 shoes, but he went and bought size 12. So that their bloody footprints were more.
That's crazy.
I think he stopped at a nightclub.
How did he get caught? This guy's
they caught on to him too because he tried to make it look like a robbery, and it said that his father had $9,000 in cash in his pocket, and so it's why would he have why wouldn't they have taken that?
This guy is not a genius at all.
Yeah, and they found some warranty for the baseball bat that he bought. They found the warranty in the house for the baseball. They tracked that
at a Nike outlet store and bought gloves and a bat that he used
and
to
he
bludgeon
bought a
them.
warranty with one.
Yeah,
apparently.
I guess so. But they were able to trace it, and it's quite the story. I highly recommend.
I'm gonna try and watch the 48 hours and see if I can find it, or the Dayline or whatever that was, because that's interesting.
It was. Let me look it up. He has, according to the Hendon mob, he had 313,000 in lifetime cashes. Yeah, we're not flashing pictures on screen by now.
Yeah.
It's not a poker picture, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
it's like a mugshot.
It was between 2003 and 2008 was his short lifespan before. Yeah.
So
crazy stuff
I wonder if Jeff knows him.
Yeah,
I'm sure Jeff has played against him.
I mean, that time frame certainly lines up, but that's an interesting one. So he appealed his convictions, but they all failed. He's all out of appeals now, so he will serve the rest of his life in prison, and we'll have to see the outcome of Benjamin Frakes down in Texas, but they do have the death penalty down there, and who knows? That's an interesting
one. A little enthused. Yeah, I don't know. You didn't say
the good old death penalty
here's
in Texas.
How I would have said it. They do have the death penalty in Texas. So, but you were like, they've got the death penalty in Texas.
You go get a rope and an old tree.
Good God. With that being said, this guy's he's probably not going to do too good in the criminal justice system. He had a bunch of drugs on him, killed his parents allegedly. Guns, not doing great. Not doing great.
You can go in the slammer and play some of those poker games that you see in the movies and win some cigarettes and.
Yeah, it's just like that. It really is, though. It's the sad thing.
I actually think that sometimes. I think about life in prison. I'm I think I would do pretty well in prison. You know?
No, you wouldn't.
In ladies' prison? In ladies' prison?
Ladies' prison's significantly worse than men's prison. Think about the threshold you need to be to go to prison as a woman, and then that's the people you're dealing with.
I mean, I just think that I am personable. I think that I could teach people cards. I could you know. You don't think I would do well in prison?
Stop playing.
Kyna's a penitentiary
absolutely not. This is the
program.
craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. They would be holding your pocket day one, Kyna. Day one.
Tough. I'm a tough lady. Why is this so funny? Why is this so surprising? I think I could hold my own in prison. I could.
That's an incredibly bold claim.
I think you would have made a great character on Orange is the New Black.
It's not Orange is the New Black. It's not like that. Women's prison is incredibly hard. It's way worse than men's prison. And men's prison's terrible, obviously.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've never been to prison, but I've been to jail. Like,
you have a friend named Prison Mike.
I do.
Yeah.
We have talked in depth about how bad women's prison is.
Really?
That's how I know about this. It's very, very bad. Yeah.
Well, how does he know about women's prison?
I'm pretty sure that like the annex that he was at, there's like a men's and a women's prison, and they interact occasionally, not like intermingled, but like.
I'm still a little offended by how hard you laughed when I said that. Like, I don't think I would be like,
you're gonna have
right
to shank
away.
somebody.
It's the same thing. It's like, no, the other day, Connor Woodland goes, I can do 60 push-ups. I laughed the same exact way because you guys are overestimating your ability. You do not want to go to women's prison.
I don't want to go. I'm just think about it, like what life would be like. I think I would do okay in there.
No, it's a bunch of violent, prostituted, criminals, just insane people. People are throwing poop at you. You don't want that evil.
I could change them.
You could change them. No, you're right.
I don't know.
I didn't think about that.
You used to be a power lifter, so I'm
there you go. Good. You can lift weights in there on them. That'll be good.
When would control the gym.
When they come to shank you in the night, you'll bench press them off and you'll leg press one of them. Hiya.
Let's move on.
Psychology. Be better.
Ladies' prisons, which people tune into the PokerNews podcast for.
This is the best part of the whole podcast right now.
But I know some people do want to hear about Daniel Negreanu's 25K fantasy draft because I'm doing a lot of work for PokerNews.com. You can follow the updates. We have badges for both the ODB players and the 25K players in our chip count, so you can sort. You can follow every day. We have a blog devoted to it. But we actually went over to PokerGo Studio. I was there for the draft. We did live updates, a lot of content, and we filmed some highlights. Check it out. Hey, Chad Holloway from the PokerNews Podcast. I am outside PokerGo Studio getting ready for Daniel Negreanu's 25K fantasy draft. We're going to be doing updates on PokerNews.com, not only from the draft itself, but all summer long. We're going to head inside, see who we can talk to. Let's go. This is the 14th annual, I believe, 25K fantasy draft.
It's all a blur to me. I don't even know what number. You guys would know better than me.
I'm pretty sure it's 14th, but it is going to be the biggest and best yet.
For sure. I've had people coming out of the woodworks. You got all the regs who come every year, and then these random people I've never met before send me crypto saying, hey, I'm in. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know who you are, but I guess I'll meet you here.
All right, Rob Mizrahi, you tweeted that you might be a good pick for this 25K fantasy draft. You're feeling it this year?
Well, I mean, I'm going to play a lot, and I'm feeling good, eating great, feeling healthy, and inspired to do very well this summer.
I think it was last year you went for was it a low price? You were a little offended?
No, I never get offended by it. Actually, it pumps me up, and it makes me play better, and just, I'm feeling good. That's all that matters. I want to have a better year than last year, that's for sure.
AJ Kelsall, you're here back at the 25K fantasy draft. You feeling good this year? You got a strategy?
Yeah, I mean, strategy is just to kind of wing it like normal, but come third, fourth, and fifth the last 3 years. The only 3 times I've entered it, so we're looking for a first or second this year.
I was going to say, it's like you're making the playoffs every year, but you need that championship like your Eagles did. I know you're a big sports guy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I feel like that's a good analogy, but in this one of the strategies, I feel like there's certain guys that are better in like the ODB draft that you can gamble on when you're trying to win. In this, we have so many side bets with people. I'm sort of like guarding against coming 15th instead of maybe trying to win is hard. So you can take that for what it's worth, but that's like a little bit of the strategy, I guess.
What's your plans this summer? Are you going to be a good pick for this thing?
I mean, I don't know. You never know with me because I'll go hard at the beginning to see what happens, and if I'm in Player of the Year race or if I win a bracelet and if I feel good. But if I am not having fun, I'm not just going to sit there and beat my head against the wall. It depends. I'm a mojo player. I got to get stuff going in my direction. Otherwise, it's just burning money.
Seats are filling up. It's going to be a big one. If a player is drafted from China, okay, there will be a 100% tariff on all those players. Who do we got first up?
107, Nick Jones.
Are you a good draft pick this year? Are you going to win another bracelet?
Phil Helmet, $1. Phil Helmet.
All right, that is it for the 2025 25K fantasy draft. As you can see, it's wrapping up behind me. It was a big one, 24 teams. It meant there were 192 players selected. A lot of side bets being laid right behind me right now. There was a record $141 spent on Jeremy Osmus by Team DPMD. That was Donnie Peters and Mickey Doff went all in the most ever spent for a player. We're going to have to see if it pans out for them. You can follow all the 25K updates on PokerNews.com all summer long. We have a dedicated blog. You can sort the chip counts by the badge. It's going to be a fun sweat. Check it out.
One more hand and then I'm done.
There's the classic poker lie, one more hand. Reminds me of when I said one more wife back in '98. And there it is. One more hand turned into all-night session. And why not? Would you rather count chips or count sheep? It's not just about playing, it's about winning and proving you've got what it takes. Download now and join the action.
All right, there you have it. Again, you can follow all the 25K fantasy updates on PokerNews.com and also at 25kfantasy.com. Let's talk PokerStars Big Game. Episodes are happening now. It's the first episodes of season 2. This is Jennifer Tilly was on. I think the loose cannon in this one was Jordan Handrich, Jordan Handrich, who I actually know from like local charity events. Gerard Peak, Andre Akari, Griffin Banger, and Sam Grafton rounded out the lineup. Kyna, I know you watched it. What did you think of it?
I watched it. It was great. You know, you got Jennifer Tilly on there just being Jennifer Tilly, you know, like, oh, well, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this during the hand. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. She's so flippin' cute. I love her. Never stop being you, Jen. Play poker however you want. And then Gerard, how do you say it?
Peak. Gerard Peak. PK, I think.
Man, that is a smoke show. Like, how did we get him into poker? Like, he's some soccer player that's just interested in like high stakes poker. Guy was fire, like nice to look at, and he played well. So I liked it. It was a fun lineup. Sam Grafton was hilarious. I thought Loose Cannon, you know, they didn't really show too many hands with her yet, but there's still more episodes to come. So I'm actually excited to keep watching it this season.
Yeah, so the way it works for those who don't know, you can watch episodes on YouTube, but the game itself is everybody starts with 50,000. They play 100, 200 with a 200 big blind ante, and the loose cannon is put in the game by PokerStars for 50K. But they're not allowed to cash out until they've played 150 hands. If they go broke, they lose it all. If they win and profit, they win the profit. And it's interesting. Nikki Limo and Lily were the loose cannons. They were guests on this show.
And there's like so many old seasons. Like if you watch the new one, it like prompts you to watch some of the old ones. And I actually started watching some of the old ones with like Tony G and like Phil Hellmuth and stuff. And one of them I was watching, because I know we talked about him last episode, was a very, very young Nacho Barbero. And you would barely recognize him.
Wait,
it was so
what?
cute. Yeah, he was on the big game. He was on Nacho Barbero.
Yeah, we're talking about...
Wait, was he a loose cannon?
No, he was just like one of the people.
Players.
Like one of the players, like 2009 or something.
Yeah,
you
before
know?
Black Friday.
There's so many old seasons though that you can
Whoa,
watch. It's
I didn't
really
know that.
entertaining if you're looking for extra poker content to watch.
I thought I saw every episode. Maybe I didn't realize. Wow, that's crazy.
It's always fun to watch back those old ones and you're like, oh yeah,
I know,
that poker player.
I wouldn't have realized it either until I watched a couple of the old ones the other day.
It's interesting to see Daniel and Amanda's relationship on the show where he's like running over to her. I don't think they were like openly dating or whatever. He's like running over to her. He's got 4 5s. He won 3 runouts. Blah, blah, blah. Like he's like always talking to her. That's like cool.
Jennifer Tilly was the only winner in episode 1. She won a big pot. She hit a 3-outer on the river against Gerard Piqué, and she a 75K pot. So she profited 41,000, and everybody else was down.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her. Let's go.
But it's like one of like how many episodes, right? So they play like 150 hands, and we see like different episodes throughout that 150 hands or something like that, right?
Yeah, after episode 1, only 34 hands
34
were played,
hands,
so
okay.
20%-ish. But you can check out new episodes on YouTube. And speaking of Jennifer Tilly, there is an episode coming out of Life Outside Poker with Connor Richards, and he did a one-on-one sit-down interview with Jennifer Tilly to discuss, among other things, but her 20th anniversary of her WSOP bracelet win.
Oh, congrats. I hope to see her around during the series. I've always wanted to meet her. I admire her. I like her from outside of poker, too. I like a lot of her movies and shows and stuff, so hope to see you around, Jen, sometime. Fangirl.
Let us talk about recent tournament winners presented by WPT Global.
No, I'm not even laughing at that. I'm laughing at this. I'm laughing at. I just realized Phil Locke messaged me on Signal, and somebody else messaged me on Signal recently. Phil Locke messaged me like 6 months ago, and the person who messaged me recently, they had a weird name on Signal, and I went, "Oh, don't I have a weird name on Signal?" And I clicked it, and I realized that Phil Locke's messaged me. We've met like 3 times. My name on Signal is General Butt Naked. So yeah, that's what I'm chuckling to myself about, Kyna. I wasn't making fun of you.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Random.
General Butt Naked is a real thing. You should Google it. It's fucking crazy.
While we're talking about
why was Phil Locke messaging General Butt Naked?
Yeah, right.
He was just messaging me, just asking how I was or something. I can't remember. I think I messaged him about the fires, maybe, or I really can't recall. But we've had a couple interactions and we're friendly, and yeah, he's cool people. I like Phil.
All right, well, let us talk recent tournament winners, again, presented by WPT Global. So Triton Montenegro was, we talked about it last episode. There were still tournaments and a lot of big storylines, and one of them was the main event over there. And we talked about him because he won an early event, but Jesse Lonis wins the main event for $3.4 million.
Sick. Wait, I mean, like, we've been talking about him a lot. I think he's like, this summer, he's going to be like how Jeremy Osmus was last summer. We're just going to keep talking about him every episode. There's going to be something about Jesse. So I hope, anyway. It's a nice guy to have be that character.
Yeah, I agree. There's something about Jesse. That should be that's like the YouTube vlog of Jesse Lonis title.
And it just so happened to coincide with an announcement that he was signed by Poker Royalty, which is Brian Balsbaugh, super agent for poker players like Phil Hellmuth. He represented Doyle Brunson for years. Like Brian Balsbaugh is the poker agent in our industry, and for Jesse to get signed by him, I think is great for both parties.
Yeah, that's cool.
He took that one down, and then there was also a guy we've talked about before, Jason Koon, winning his 11th Triton title. He ended up winning, it was the $150,000 buy-in event, defeated Ben Tollerine heads up. They had struck a deal that they each got about $3.4 million, but ultimately Koon getting the title, and Phil Ivey finishing in 4th place. Ike Haxton also at that final table. And then there was the $200,000 invitational. This is the one where you have a businessman can invite a poker player to come, and then they combine the field at some point. 133 player field. It was a record. 6 points.
How's that possible?
Somebody probably didn't show up. I get what you're saying there, right? It shouldn't be an odd number, but it was. And let's see, it was at the final table, some familiar names. Seth Davies finishing 2nd for $4.2 million. Eric Wasserson, $2.2 million for finishing in 4th. And winning it was somebody I hadn't known before, but Aleksa Pavicevic from Montenegro. I don't know.
There's a really sick hand where it was aces 3-handed, where the guy who got first and the guy who got third had like all the chips. They were pretty close to even. They got aces in versus kings.
Yeah.
And the king came on in the flop of the turn or whatever. So that guy, I'm not sure what his name is, but he won. And Seth Davies had the sickest ladder. And then I saw a thing on Twitter where Jesse Lonis said sometimes the biggest hands of your career you're not even involved in.
Mm-hmm. I saw
like
that
a pretty
too.
good one. I don't know if I'm butchering the quote.
No, that's what he said.
Yeah, it was a $1.3 million pay jump just from that hand. And,
what a cooler. That's gross, though, to be in such a big spot and that happened. But it happens.
Pavicevic, who ended up winning it, said, I decided a week ago that I was going to play. I didn't expect much. I just came for a kind of a vacation and honestly expected to bust maybe 4 levels in. And here he is winning it for $6.1 million. Like, to put that in perspective, the main event winner got $10 million last year. Like, that's a huge number. That's going to be one of the largest payouts in poker in 2025, if not the second largest.
Yeah,
for sure. But to put it in perspective, I always like to look at it as far as buy-ins go, right? It was a $200K.
Yeah.
So he won like 35 buy-ins. It's like if you bought into a $100 tournament, win it for $3,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of what you were saying, basically. I'm like, just like, no, it's like no big deal. It's $6 million.
I won $3,500.
No, dude, I would do disgusting things for that much money. Just let's get that out of the way. But yeah, that's good for him. That's sick. I'm so jealous.
Well, those are our winners for this week. We'll be profiling upcoming WSOP winners, but from about town as well. There's Golden Nuggets going on, Venetian, Win, all these tournament series going around Vegas right now. And one of them that's coming up June 8th through the 13th is the Bar Poker Open at the Golden Nugget. So I was actually out east a couple months ago for the Eastern Poker Open, which is part of the kind of Bar Poker Open network. It was a lot of fun. It's a different vibe than what you might find in a Triton, right? Like these are the bar players.
You don't say.
Yeah, just a little bit. And Kyna, I think you're going to go down, right?
Yeah. I think I'm going to play the Bar Poker Open at the Golden Nugget. What is it, June 12th, I think?
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and I came up in bar poker. I used to play in college in Colorado. I actually used to be like the tournament director at the bar poker tournaments, yeah. And that's kind of how I got my start. That's how I got interested in poker. So love some bar poker games and can't wait to play it.
Yeah, you can check it out on PokerNews.com. I'll link to it in the show notes. We'll be doing live updates. And my good friend and former Poker News podcast co-host, Jesse Folan, will be down there because he's hooked up with those guys. And looking forward to that. I'm going to go down there. I don't know if I'll get the chance to play, but just to break it up from the WSOP a little bit, like about town.
That's what I like to do too. I mean, everybody's asking. People get really hyper focused on bracelets, and I get it. Like this is the only time of year. You know, this is special. You want to win a bracelet. You want to try as much as you can, but it gets so grueling to just do the same, be at the same place all the time. So I'm excited to mix it up and go to some different venues this year. I'm not going to like hyper focus on just the bracelets and the horseshoe. I'm going to play some of the other series as well around town.
I actually stopped and checked out the new poker room at Planet Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, which I was very impressed. Yeah, it's spacious.
It's very big. The high ceilings and like so many tables. It looks real nice compared to the horseshoe. I mean, the horseshoe. Okay, sorry guys, you do a good job, but go see it. It's like a kingdom compared to that.
Talking about Planet Hollywood, right?
Yeah,
I've heard horrible things.
Oh, well, have you been there?
No. I heard that. I heard the Chainsaw Series of Poker went horribly.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not talking about like the actual flow of the room.
I'm
just
sure
saying
it's beautiful.
What it looks like
I
from
heard
the
there's
inside.
no signs to get to you where the room
No,
is.
there is.
There's signs. And I think it helps for those.
Okay, maybe Jeff Madsen can't see.
It's right next to where the Chris Angel show is.
It's where the Goliath series used to be, up on the mezzanine.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with it.
I knew where, I could find it, obviously. Yeah. I know exactly where it is.
You're taking this as Jeff's word. Jeff couldn't find the poker room, therefore it's hard to find.
No, I apologize. No, Jeff could find the poker room. He just said that
There's no
a bunch of people were complaining that they couldn't find it during the Chainsaw Series.
Well, I'll tell you what, Poker News is going to be doing an event at the Planet Hollywood sometime this summer, I believe. I don't know the details yet, so I can't share them here, but there's a good chance that, we're there podcasting maybe or playing something. I don't know. I'm going to work that out, but that's why I was there, was kind of to check out the space and report back. And I thought, yeah, this is very spacious. They can definitely do what we're looking for. So.
It's a pretty easy walk, too, from the horseshoe. So if you've parked at the horseshoe or if you're at the horseshoe, it's just a quick walk.
Like I said, great room. And, I can't wait to do some podcasts in there. That's going to be great.
Yeah,
great
they're going to love it. They're going to rock you with open arms.
They're going to love me. Yeah. It's going to be great.
Well, speaking of upcoming things as well, we are going to have some great episodes. Remember, we're going to do 2 a week starting this Sunday. So we're going to have new episodes every Thursday and Sunday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. The next one, this coming Sunday, is going to be a fantasy draft episode, which will be fun. Not Daniel Negreanu, as we already showed that, but amongst the Poker News podcast and maybe some guests. And then we're going to do a WSOP billionaire story in which I interview Michael Craig, the author of The Professor, the Banker, and the Suicide King. It's the 20th anniversary of that book. And then we're going to do a WSOP cash game stories where I've went around, I've been doing it. We're going to do some more, but going around the WSOP, talking to some of the biggest name pros and asking them about their favorite WSOP cash game stories. I might even have to hit the two of you up for that.
Yeah. And also Mike and I we'll be playing a lot. So hopefully there'll be some fun guest hosts for you to bring in to replace us during the summer.
It's pretty rare for the three of us during the summer. At least if last year was any indication to be in studio together.
This might be the last one.
Yeah, Mike, 'cause you're going to be playing, a pretty full season. Like you said, every day you're going to open up your app and see what's going on, right?
Yeah, no, literally every day I'm going to just, do some sort of McTwist directly into the horseshoe and register some poker tournaments and, kick flip right into first place, hopefully.
And
as they say.
Do you do any like side bets, like any,
Yeah, I'm in the $1,000 bracelet bet thing to see who gets the first bracelet. And then you just win the whole pool. I don't exactly know how many people are in it, but I'm assuming it's like 50 plus.
Oh, that's pretty damn good. And then there is something special coming up. I don't know. Again, we don't know if you'll be playing, if you'll make it. I hope you can make it. But our episode on Sunday, June 22nd, is going to be the 900th episode of the PokerNews Podcast. So a nice milestone there.
Wow, 900. How many have we done? Like 50?
I think we started on it was more than that. I think we were early 800s. I could have to go back and look. I want to say it's like 816 or 819.
Cool.
So yeah, we've
Look
been,
at us go.
Been crushing
Look at
it.
us.
That's sick.
Well, like I said, 2 episodes every week, Thursdays and Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I am Chad Holloway, Kyna England, Mike Holtz at Level 9 Studio. We will be back on Sunday. And until then, we'll keep a seat open for you.